So I recently released a studio tour video where I had a few comments asking me to share more about the books on my bookshelf. So today, let's check out 5 essential jazz theory books that have influenced my playing and that I keep coming back to. I'll also give you some key takeaways that I hope might inspire you too. I'm Matt Wild, a keyboard player and producer sharing music and learning. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment down below, as it really helps to grow the channel. Book number 1, Jazz Keyboard Harmony by DeGreg. This is the first book I bought and worked through when I first started getting into jazz and learning to improvise. It's pretty comprehensive and is designed to teach you all about voicing chords, as well as guide you through how to practice them. One of my key takeaways from this book is how it teaches voice leading using diagrams, which is great for visual learners like myself. For those who don't know, voice leading is all about connecting chords by moving the least possible distance between the notes of each chord, creating a fluid and harmonious progression. This book includes some standard piano voicings used in jazz, including guide tones, two-handed voicings, rootless voicings, and loads more as well. It also covers more advanced concepts like tritone substitution and offers a practical approach, including numerous exercises and examples that allow you to practice and actually apply the concepts directly. It's suitable for both beginners and advanced players alike, and this book is a valuable resource for anyone looking to deepen their understanding of jazz keyboard harmony. Book number 2, How to Improvise, an approach to practicing improvisation by Hal Crook. Another hands-on book that offers practical approaches, but this time focused on all things improvisation. This book contains a lifetime of practicing material, and I can honestly say it's one of the more fun and engaging resources because of its approach to actually putting theory into practice. Improvisation is a massive subject, and this book breaks it down into smaller, digestible segments like rhythm, melody, harmony, and more. I'd say it's for people who like step-to-step approaches, and it even offers sample practice schedules which can be modified to fit your own needs. It's also helped me to go deep on a number of aspects of improvisation where I felt I was lacking. It's probably aimed at the more intermediate player and beyond, but I reckon anyone can gain something from it regardless of what level you're at. Book number 3, How to Practice Jazz by Jerry Coker. If you hadn't guessed by now, I love resources that offer practical steps to apply theory to your actual playing, and this book is no different. The writer basically condenses decades of teaching into a usable and practical book that highlights some key suggestions to divide your practice time so that you can focus on the essentials, instead of running the same exercises and tunes with no real direction, which is what I did for a while. This book doesn't necessarily give you new concepts, and instead it offers insights about the elements of practice and recommends how you might go about doing that. I read this book at a time where I was feeling pretty demotivated with practice, and it definitely offered a much needed source of inspiration during that time. Book number 4, Scales for Obsessives by Iain Dixon. So, when I first started getting into jazz and improvising, this book was recommended to me by my teacher Les Chisnell, who plays regularly with the author Iain Dixon. I'd heard of modes, but honestly, at that point, they basically confused me. Scales for Obsessives relates scales to chord symbols. It's split into 4 sections: major, melodic minor, harmonic minor, and harmonic major scales. Written above each line is the mode number, mode name, and chord symbol. Each line contains an arpeggio made up of the root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th of the particular mode, followed by the mode itself. The really great thing about this approach is that by playing the chord and then the mode itself, it really helped me to learn to recognize each sound by ear. Here's a short excerpt from the book. Work steadily, take as much time as you need to absorb the information, practice one full page at a time. As you play each mode, think the information that's written above the line. Before you start playing, think the mode number. As you play the arpeggio, think the chord symbol, and as you play the mode, think the mode name. So this book offers a chord scale approach to learning to improvise, which is definitely really useful. And once you've absorbed some of these concepts, then you can begin applying them in a more creative way. Definitely one of my favorite scale books. Book number 5, Chords in Motion by LaVerne. I discovered this book at a time where I felt that my chords and voicings were feeling pretty stagnant. I was listening to loads of records from players like Herbie Hancock, McCoy Tyner, Chick Corea, etc. and noticed that one thing these players had in common was that they'd move their chords around freely, which to me, as a listener, seemed to create a really engaging effect. I was curious to hear perspectives from other piano players, so I started Googling and found Chords in Motion. Andy LaVerne has drawn from his decades of experience playing with really great musicians like Stan Getz and Joe Lovano to create this really comprehensive approach and method to move chord voicings around. It's pretty advanced and includes stuff like quartal voicings, drop twos, diminished and chromatic voicings, but there are some simple ones to start off with too. This book picks up where I feel others leave off, enabling you to practice static voicings and move them round more melodically. All the other books I've chosen are pretty practical, but with Chords in Motion, you might have to get creative in how you apply these chords to your playing. So, those are 5 books that have inspired me and my playing at different points. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of them, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, let me know if there are any other books that you've read that you think would be worth checking out. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoy my videos, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps the channel. See you in the next video.